glad to see you. Come in, come in. But this is a surprise. How are you?
Thank you. And how are you?
Oh, so, my friend. But please sit down. It isn't right to neglect a neighbor. But tell me, why all this ceremony? The dress clothes, the white gloves and all. Are you on your way to some engagement, my good fellow?
No, I have no engagement except with you, Stefan.
But why in evening clothes, my friend? This isn't New Year's.
You see, it is simply this. I have come to you, Stefan, to trouble you with a request. And it's not the first time that I have the honor of coming to you and turning to you for assistance. And you have always, that is, I beg your pardon, I am a bit excited, and so I will have a drink of water first, dear Stefan.
He's come to borrow money. Well, I won't give him any. What is it, dear, then, Ivan?
You see, dear Stepanovich, pardon me, Stefan Dearvich, I mean, I am terribly nervous, as you will be so good as to see. What I mean to say, you are the only one who can help me, though I don't deserve it, and I have no right whatever to make this request of you.
Don't beat around the bush, my dear fellow. Tell me.
Immediately, in a moment. Here it is then. I have come to ask for the hand of your daughter, Natalia.
Oh, my angel, Ivan Vasilevich. Say that once again. I didn't hear it.
That I have the honor to beg of you.
Oh, my dear man. I am so happy and everything. Oh, I've always wanted this, you know. It has been my dearest wish. I've always loved you, my dear fellow, as my very own son. Oh, may God give you his blessings and his grace. And I've always wanted this to happen. But why am I standing here? Oh, what a blockhead. I am completely dumbfounded, with great pleasure, completely dumbfounded, my whole being. I'll call Natalia.
Dear Stefan, what do you think? May I hope for Natalia's acceptance?
Oh, really? A fine boy like you? And you think she won't accept on the moment? She loves sick as a cat and all of that.
I am so cold. My whole body is trembling with excitement as though I were going to take my examination. But the chief thing is to settle matters, yes. Because if a person meditates too much, or hesitates, or talks about it, or waits for an ideal or a true love, he never gets it, no. Ooh, why is it so cold here? Now, yes. Now, Natalia is an excellent housekeeper, not at all bad looking, well educated. Well, what more could I ask? Oh, I am so excited. My ears are roaring. And not to marry. Now, that won't do. In the first place, I am 35 years old, a critical age, you might say. In the second place, I must live a well-regulated life. Yes, because I have a weak heart, continued palpitations, and I am very sensitive and always getting excited. My lips begin to tremble, and the pulse in my right temple throbs terribly. But the worst of all is sleep. I hardly lie down and begin to doze before something in my left side begins to pull and tug, and then something begins to hammer in my left shoulder and in my head too. I jump up like a madman, walk about the little, lie down. But the moment I fall asleep, I feel a terrible cramp in the side, and so it goes all night long.
It's you. Papa said come in. There was a dealer in here who come to buy something. Oh well, afternoon, Ivan Vasilievich.
Oh, good day, my dear Natalia Stepanovna.
Oh, well, you must pardon me for wearing my apron and these old clothes. We were working in the fields today. But why haven't you come to see us more often? You haven't been here in so long. Well, sit down. Would you like something to eat?
Thank you. I have just had lunch.
Oh, well, smoke too. Today it is beautiful, and only yesterday it rained so hard that the workmen couldn't do a stroke of work. How many bricks have you cut? Well, just think of it. I was so anxious to have the whole field mowed, and now I'm sorry I did. I'm afraid the hay will rot. It would have been better if I had waited. But what on earth is this? You are in evening clothes. Oh, my. And the latest cut. Are you going to a ball? And you know, you are looking better too, really. Why are you dressed up so gorgeously?
You see, my dear Natalia, it is simply this. I have decided to ask you to listen to me. Now, of course, it will be a surprise, and indeed, you will be angry, but how fearfully cold it is here, I think.
Well, what is it? Well?
Oh, yes. I'll try to be brief. My dear Natalia, as you know, for many years since my childhood, I have had the honor to know your family. My poor aunt and her dear husband, for whom, as you know, I inherited the estate, always had the greatest respect for your father and your dear mother. Our families have been for decades on the friendliest, indeed the closest of terms with each other. And, you know, my property, as you know, adjoins your own. Indeed, if you will be so good as to remember, my meadows touch your birch woods.
Oh, pardon the interruption. You said my meadows? But are they yours?
Yes, they belong to me.
Oh, what nonsense. They belong to us, not to you.
No, to me. Now, my dear Natalia, I would
well,
like
that
you
is
to know...
certainly news to me. How do they belong to you?
How? I am speaking of the meadows lying between your birch woods and my brick earth.
Yes, exactly. They belong to us.
No, you are mistaken, my dear Natalia. They belong to me.
Oh, try to remember exactly, Ivan. Has it been so long ago that you inherited them?
But long ago, as far back as I can remember, they have always belonged to us.
That isn't true. You'll pardon me for saying so.
Now, it is all a matter of record, my dear Natalia. Now, it is true that at one time the title to the meadows was disputed, but now everybody knows they belong to me. And so there is no room for discussion. Now then, if you will be so good as to remember. Now, my grandfather put these meadows free of cost into the hands of your father's respected peasants. Now, these peasants had it for a certain time while they were making bricks for my dear grandmother. Now, these peasants used the meadows free of cost for about 40 years, living there as they would on their own property. Later, however, when the peasants...
Not a word of truth in that. My grandfather and my great-grandfather, too, knew that their estate, it reached all the way back to the swamp, so that the meadows belonged to us. Oh, what further discussion can there be? You know, I can't understand it. It's really most annoying.
I'll show you the papers, Natalia.
No, either you are joking, or you're trying to lead me into a discussion, and that's not at all nice. We have owned this property for over 300 years. And now, all at once, we find that it doesn't belong to us? Oh, Ivan Vasilievich, you will pardon me, but you know, I cannot really believe my ears. As far as I'm concerned, the property is worth very little. They don't contain any more than 5 acres. and they're not worth any more than a few hundred rubles. Say 300. But it is the injustice of the thing that affects me. Say what you will, I cannot bear injustice.
Only listen until I have finished, please. Now then, the presence of your respected father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor to tell you, baked bricks for my grandmother. Then, my aunt's grandmother wished to do them a favor.
Oh,
and
grandmother,
so
grandfather, aunt, who? I don't know. I know nothing of them. All I know is that the meadows belong to us, and that ends the matter.
No, they belong to me.
And if you keep explaining it for 2 days, put on 5 suits of evening clothes, the meadows are still ours, ours, ours. I don't want to take your property, but I refuse to give up what belongs to us.
Natalia, I don't need the meadows. I am only concerned with the principle. If you are agreeable, I beg of you, accept them as a gift from me.
Well, then I can give them to you because they belong to me. Oh, that is very peculiar, Ifan. You know, until now they have considered you a good friend and a good neighbor. By only last year, we loaned you our threshing machine so that we couldn't thresh until November, and now you treat us like thieves? You offer to give me my own land? Oh, excuse me, but neighbors don't treat each other that way. In my opinion, it is a very low trick. And to speak very frankly,
So, according to you, I am a usurper then, am I? My dear lady, I have never appropriated other people's property, and I shall permit no one to accuse me of such a thing. The meadows are mine.
That's not the truth. They are mine.
Mine!
I'll prove it to you. This afternoon, I will send my reapers out into the meadows.
What? What?
My reapers will be there today.
Then I'll chase them off.
If you dare.
The meadows are mine. You understand? Mine!
Really? You needn't scream so. If you want to scream and snort and rage, go. Go do so at home. But here, please, keep within the limits of common decency.
My dear lady, if it weren't that I was suffering from palpitations of the heart and the hammering of the arteries in my temples, I would deal with you very differently. The meadows belong to me.
Us.
Me!
What's going on here? What is the shouting
Papa,
about?
Papa, please tell this gentleman to whom the meadows belong. To us or to him?
My dear fellow, the meadows are ours.
Merciful heavens, Stefan, how do you make that up? You at least might be reasonable. Now, my aunt's grandmother gave the use of the meadows free from all cost to your grandfather's peasants. The peasants used the land and lived on the land for about 40 years. But later, when the peasants were, they used all the...
Forbid me, my dear friend. You forget that your grandmother's peasants never paid because there had been a lawsuit over the meadows, and everyone knows that the meadows belong to us. You haven't looked at the map.
I'll prove to you that they belong to me.
Don't try to prove it, dear fellow.
I will!
My good fellow, what are you shrieking about? You can't prove anything by shouting, you know. I don't ask for anything that belongs to you, do I? Nor do I intend to give up anything that belongs to me. Why should I? If it has gone so far, my dear man, that you really intend to claim the meadows, I'd rather give them to the peasants than to you, and I certainly shall.
I can't believe it. By what right can you give away property that doesn't belong to you?
Oh, really, now, you must allow me to decide what I am to do with my own land. I'm not accustomed, young man, to have people address me in the tone of voice that you do. I am twice your age, and I beg you to address me respectfully.
No. You think I am a fool. You're making fun of me. You call my property yours and then expect me to live quietly by and talk to you like a human being? No, that is not the way a good neighbor behaves, Stefan Stepanovich. You are no neighbor. You're no better than a land grabber. That's what you are.
What What did he say?
Papa, send the reapers into the meadows this minute.
Well, what was that you said, sir?
The meadows belong to us, and I won't give them up. I won't give them up. I won't.
Well, we'll see about that. I'll prove in court that they belong to me.
In court? Oh, you may sue in court, sir, if you like. Oh, I know you. You are only waiting to find an excuse to go to the law. You're an intriguer, that's what you are. Your whole family was always looking for quarrels. The whole lot of them.
Kindly refrain from insulting my family. My entire family has always been honorable, and never has one been brought to trial for embezzlement, as your dear uncle was.
Oh, and your whole family was insane.
Every one of them.
Your grandmother was a dipsomaniac. Your Aunt Natalia, Natasha, she ran off with an architect.
And your mother lived. Oh, my side veins, my temples are bursting. Lord in heavens, water.
Your dear father was a gambler and a glutton.
And your aunt, oh, she was a gossip like few others.
And you are an intriguer, oh my heart. And it's an open secret that you cheated at the elections. Oh, my eyes are blurred. Where is my hat?
Oh, how low, you liar, you disgusting thing.
Where is my, oh, here is my hat. Oh, my heart. Well, where shall I go? Well, where is the door? Oh, it seems as though I were dying. I can't, oh, my legs won't hold me.
And may you never darken my door again.
And bring your suit to court, we'll see.
The devil.
Oh, such a good for nothing. And they talk about being such good neighbors.
Loafer, the scarecrow, the monster.
You know, a swindler like that takes over a piece of property that doesn't belong to him. And then he even dares to argue about it. I just can't understand what's going on.
Yes, yeah. And to think that this fool dares to make a proposal of marriage.
What? A proposal of marriage?
Well, why, yes. He came here to make you a proposal of marriage.
Well, why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, that's why he had the evening clothes on, the poor man.
A proposal for me? Oh, bring him back, Papa. Bring him back.
Bring him back.
Faster. I am sinking. Oh, Papa, bring him back.
What is it? What is wrong with you? Oh, I'm cursed with bad luck. I'll shoot myself. I'll hang myself.
Oh, I'm dying. Oh, bring back my Ivan to me. Oh, Papa.
Bye in a minute. Don't cry.
Oh, what have they done to me? Oh, bring him back, Papa. Bring him back.
He's coming at once. The devil take him. You talk to him yourself. I can't.
Oh, bring him back, Papa.
He's coming, I tell you. Oh, Lord. What a task it is to be a father of a grown daughter. And I'll cut my throat. I really will. I'll cut it. We've argued with the poor fellow. We've insulted him. And now we've thrown him out. And you did it all, you.
No, you haven't any manners. You are brutal. If it weren't for you, he wouldn't have gone.
Oh, I'm to blame. If I shoot or hang myself, remember, you're to blame. You forced me to it. You. Here he comes. You talk to him yourself.
Terrible palpitations. My leg is lame. My side hurts me.
Oh, pardon us. We were very angry, Ivan. I remember now that the meadows, they really belong to you.
My heart is beating terribly. My meadows. Oh, my eyelids are trembling. We were wrong. It was only the principle of the thing. The property isn't worth much to me, but the principle is worth a great deal.
Exactly, the principle. Now, let us talk of something else.
Because I have proof that my aunt's grandmother had with the peasants of your dear father.
Oh, enough. I don't know how to begin. Are you going hunting soon?
Oh, yes, respected Natalia Stepanovna. Now, I expect to begin after the harvest. Oh, did you hear? My dog Ugadi, you know him, he limps.
What a shame. How did that happen?
Well, now, I don't know. Perhaps it is a dislocation, or maybe he was bitten by some other dog. Yes, the best dog I ever had. To say nothing of his price. You know, I only paid Mironov 125 rubles for him.
Oh, that was too much to pay.
In my opinion, it was very cheap. Yes, a wonderful dog.
Oh, Papa only paid 85 rubles for his dog Ukati, and he's much better than yours.
Really? His dog is better than mine? What an idea! Akati better than Ugadi? Ha 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 ha!
Well, laugh all you want. Of course Ukati is better. It is true Ukati is still young, not full grown yet, but in a pack, on a leash, with 2 or 3 others, oh, there is none better than he.
I beg your pardon, Natalia, but you quite overlooked the fact that he has a short lower jaw, and a dog with a short lower jaw cannot snap.
Short lower jaw? First time I've heard that.
I assure you, his lower jaw is shorter than the upper.
Have you measured it?
I have measured it. He is good at running, though.
In the first place, Ukati is purebred, a full-blooded dog. And as for your mongrel, nobody knows what pedigree he is. He's old and ugly and skinny like an old head.
Oh, certainly. But I wouldn't take 5 of your dogs from him. Ugadi is a dog, and Arkati is well, it's laughable to argue about it. Dogs like yours can be found by the dozen in any dog dealers, a whole pound full.
Ivan Vasilievich, you are very contrary today. First, our meadows belong to you, and then Ugadi is better than Ukati. You know, I don't like it when a person doesn't say what he really thinks. You know perfectly well that our dog is 100 times better than yours. What makes you keep saying he isn't?
I can see that you consider me either a blind man or a fool, but at least you may as well admit that Arkati has a short lower jaw.
It isn't so.
Yes, a short lower jaw.
It's not so.
What makes you scream so, my dear lady?
What makes you talk such nonsense? It's disgusting. It's high time Ugadi was shot. And you compare him to Ukati?
Pardon me, but I cannot carry on this argument any longer. I have palpitations of the heart.
I have always noticed that the hunters who do the most talking know the least about hunting.
My dear lady, I beg of you to be still. My heart is bursting. Be still.
I won't be still until you admit that Ukati is better.
Well, has it begun again?
Papa, say frankly, on your honor, which dog is better, Ukati or Ugadi?
Stefan, I beg of you, just answer me this. Has your dog a short lower jaw or not? Yes or no?
And what if he has? Is it of such importance? There's no better dog in the whole country.
My Bugatti is better. Tell the truth now.
Don't get so excited, my dear fellow. Permit me. Your Bugatti certainly has his good points. He's from a good breed. He has a good stride. He's got the strong haunches and so forth. But the dog, if you really want to know it, he has two faults. He is old, and he has a short lower jaw.
But I have palpitations of the heart. Let us keep to facts. Just remember now, in Marushin's meadow, my dog kept ear to ear with Count Rosvashi, and your dog...
He was behind because the Count struck him with his whip.
Quite right, because all the other dogs were on the fox's scent. But your dog found it necessary to bite the sheep.
Oh, that isn't so. I'm sensitive about that, and I beg you to stop this argument. He struck him because everybody looks on a strange dog of good breed with envy. Even you, sir, you aren't free from that particular sin. No sooner do you find a dog better than yours, and you begin to this and that, and his and mine, and so forth. I remember distinctly.
Well, I remember something too.
Oh, I remember something too. What do you remember?
Palpitations. My leg is lamed. I'm cared.
Oh, palpitations. What kind of hunter are you? You ought to stay in the kitchen by the stove and wrestle with the potato peelings. Palpitations.
What kind of hunter are you? A man with your diseases ought to stay at home and not jolt around in the saddle. But you only ride around in order to find out about people's dogs and make trouble for everyone. I am sensitive. Let's just drop the subject. Besides, you're no hunter.
Well, you only ride around to flatter the Count. Oh, my heart. You intriguer, swindler.
And what of it? Just be still.
Intriguer.
Baby, puppy, walking drugstore.
Old rat, Jesuit. Oh, I know you.
Oh, be still or I'll shoot you with my worst gun, just like a partridge. You fool, you loafer.
And everybody knows that, oh, my heart, that your poor dear late wife beat you. Oh, my leg, my temples, heavens, I'm dying.
Oh, and your housekeeper wears the trousers in your house.
Here, there, my heart is burst. My whole shoulder is torn apart. Where is my shoulder? I'm dying. The doctor.
Baby, have big clam the fool.
Nice sort of hunter you are. You can't even sit a horse. Papa, what's the matter with him? Oh, Papa, he's dying, Papa.
No, I can't breathe. Air.
He's dead, Ivan! Oh, what have we done? He's dead. Get a doctor.
What is it?
He's dead,
What's
dead.
What's the matter with you?
He's dead.
He's
dead, Papa, he's dead.
dead? Oh. Yes, he is dead. Good God, water! What a terrible situation he went through. But, why didn't I shoot myself? Why have I never cut my throat? What am I waiting for now? Oh, only give me a knife, give me a pistol. He's coming too. Oh, here, drink some water.
Sparks and mist. Where am I?
Get married quick, and then go to the devil. She's willing. She's agreed. Only leave me in peace.
What? Where? What?
She's willing. Well, kiss each other. And the devil take you both.
I am willing.
Kiss each other. Kiss each other.
Ooh, very nice. Pardon me, but what is this for? Oh, yes, I understand. My heart sparks. I am happy to tell ya. My leg is lame.
I am happy too.
A load off of my shoulders.
And now, at least you'll admit Bugatti is worse than Ducati.
Better.
Oh, worse.
Now the domestic joys have begun. Champagne.
Better.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our performance today. Great audience, thank you.